Hi everyone, today we're going to learn about plot. So the plot of a story is what happens in the story and the events that make up a story. So we're going to focus on the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. So while you're listening to the story, I want you to think about what happens in the beginning, the middle, and then at the very end of the story. So we're going to read Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Has anyone ever heard this story before? Once upon a time, there was a family of bears. Mommy Bear, Daddy Bear, and Baby Bear. One morning, Mommy Bear said, "Bother, this porridge is much too hot." "Never mind, my dear," said Daddy. "Let's go for a stroll while it cools." But that day, as they were leaving, a little girl named Goldilocks came by, and goodness, was she hungry. So who can tell us what happened at the beginning of the story? So the bears were having their porridge, but then it was too hot. So they left to go for a walk, and Goldilocks is going to come and sneak into their house. Goldilocks walked straight into the bear's kitchen. That porridge smells good," she said. She didn't wonder, she didn't ask. She stuck a spoon into the biggest bowl and swallowed an enormous mouthful. "Ugh," she said. "Disgusting and cold." Then she dipped a spoon in the middle-sized bowl. Ugh, eek, boiling hot. Last of all, she plunged a spoon into the littlest bowl. She sighed. "Yummy," she cried. "This is my kind of porridge." It was exactly right. So she ate the whole thing. After nosing around through the shelves, Goldilocks found something to read. "Now I need somewhere to sit," she said. She didn't wonder, she didn't ask. She plonked herself down on the biggest chair. "Yow!" she cried. "What a horrible hard chair." She tried to get comfy in the middle-sized chair. "Ugh, too soft. Awful," she groaned as she sank into the cushions. At last, she spotted the smallest chair. "Ah," she sighed. "Bravo," she cried. "That's my kind of chair." So this is getting into the middle of our story. But snap, crack, it broke into pieces. "Silly thing," said Goldilocks, shaking out her hair. "I suppose," she said, "there are beds upstairs. Do you think it's a good idea for Goldilocks to go upstairs?" I'll have to see. She didn't wonder, she didn't ask. She climbed up onto the biggest bed. "Terrible," cried Goldilocks. "It's much too hard." She leaped onto the middle-sized bed. "Oh, save me," she moaned. "It's so stiflingly, smothering, suffocatingly soft." "There's got to be something that's just right for me," she grumbled. And what did she see? What do you think she sees? Let's see. "Oh," she sighed. "Bullseye," she cried. "Now that's my kind of bed." It wasn't too hard and it wasn't too soft. It was right as right could be. Goldilocks climbed in. Now we're getting closer to the end of the story. Meanwhile, the family of bears had arrived back home. "I'm hungry," said Daddy Bear. "I'm starving," said Mommy Bear. "And I'm absolutely ravenous," said Baby Bear. "But..." "Hey," roared Daddy Bear, "someone's been eating my porridge." "Oh my," gasped Mommy Bear, "someone's been eating my porridge." "Where's mine?" squealed Baby Bear. Uh-oh. Someone's been eating my porridge and they've eaten it all up, cried Baby Bear. Oh, my poor darling, gasped Mommy Bear. Then Daddy Bear noticed his chair. It wasn't how he left it. Someone's been sitting in my chair, he roared. Oh my goodness, gasped Mommy Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair. Mommy, cried Baby Bear, look. Someone's been sitting in my chair and they've broken it all up. That someone's a hooligan and a thief, growled Daddy Bear, and if I find them, there's going to be trouble. Daddy Bear marched up the stairs. Mommy Bear and Baby Bear tiptoed up behind him. What do you think they'll find upstairs? Let's see. Upstairs, things were just as bad. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, roared Daddy Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, gasped Mommy Bear. Baby Bear ran to his room. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, cried Baby Bear, and she's still in it. I don't believe it, growled Daddy Bear. It can't be true, gasped Mommy Bear. But before anyone could say another word, Goldilocks leapt out of bed. She was so frightened her hair stood on end. Help, help, save me, she screamed as she ran away. The three bears laughed and laughed and laughed. I'll never know how a little girl like that could be so naughty, said Mommy Bear. Goldilocks ran all the way home, where she hid under her bed and didn't come out for a week, and she never poked her nose in other people's houses again. The end. So now we're going to think about what happened in the story. So who can remember what happened at the very beginning of the story? So at the beginning of the story, the bears were going to eat their porridge, but it was too hot. So they went off for a walk, and Goldilocks snuck into their house. Who remembers what happened next in the middle of the story? So what happened after Goldilocks snuck into their house? She ate the porridge, she broke a chair, and she climbed into Baby Bear's bed. Then what happened at the end of the story? You're right. The bears came home and they found the porridge, the chairs, and then Goldilocks in the baby bear's bed. And then she ran all the way home. And that was the end of the story.